Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Let's discuss the next part of our chapter Business, Trade, and Commerce. In the last class, we discussed what is business, what is trade, and commerce. We discussed the characteristics of business activities. We discussed how human activities are classified into economic and non economic activities and how they are differentiated on the basis of different factors, how different kind of industries are there, what work they do, what are commerce activities. We also discussed what all is included in commerce, all those activities which are carried out to earn livelihood or money, etc., are included into commerce. For example, trade and auxiliary trade. Trade was divided into the two parts, internal and external. We discussed about the auxiliary trade. Auxiliary trade, let's detail it. Auxiliary trade, all those services which aid or help in carrying out any business activity and which removes the hindrances in carrying out the business smoothly. There are five types of hindrances where you face to carry out any kinds of business. Hindrance of place, hindrance of finance, hindrance of risk, hindrance of storing, and hindrance of knowledge. What all are these? Let's discuss them in detail. Hindrance of place means, suppose you are producing any good in Chennai and you want to sell it in Kashmir, or you want to sell it internationally, there will be a problem of sending them to far off places. So in this case, our transport service will ease this factor. Transport service is an auxiliary trade services. It provides a solution to the problem of place. Means you need not to worry how the things will be sent to the far off places. Next comes the hindrance of finance. Many business organization has to worry about a lot about the kinds of funds they need fund to start their work. So that can be also removed, that hindrance can also be removed by the banking sector. Banking sector provides good funds to the even to the small sector units, large sector unit, and even to the medium sector. The funds are raised by these by industries, small industries, large industries, medium scale industries, and in return they have to pay minimum amount of interest. So that hindrance of finance is also removed by the banking sector. You all know that risk factor is there in the business sector. So hindrance of risk is minimized, means it cannot be removed completely, but it can be minimized by the insurance sector. Suppose a fire set in your factory, or any kind of other theft or occurs in your factory, and your factory was insured, then insurance company will pay you back by insuring, by compensating the amount of the loss you have faced. But still there are certain other risks which cannot be reduced by the insurance factory itself, like insurance company itself, like market changes, etc. Next comes the hindrance of storing. Suppose you have produced your product and immediately you want to store them. You do not have place in your factory to store them. You will store them in warehouses. Warehousing auxiliary service provide this facility of storing of goods and services. And then comes the hindrance of knowledge factor is plays a lot of role in increasing your sale. You want to increase your sale, have a good advertisement about your product. Good advertising will help you increase your sale. So these are the hindrance of place, finance, risk, storing, knowledge, etc. And these are the solution to these problems. Auxiliary trade services which is being provided by these um, sectors transport, banking, insurance, warehousing, and advertising. We can learn them by the acronym TBIWA. TBIWA are the auxiliary trade. Next, come to the part 3 of the chapter, objective of business, economic activity and social activity. Economic activity, business activity, it has all and all motive of earning money. First goal is to earn money and profit. Then comes the other role of the business. For example, we will discuss the economic activities first. Earning profit is the first goal. Second, creation of customers. Goals of business is also to create customers. If you will have more and more customers, ultimately you are going to gain. You are going to enjoy a good profit. So some employers focus on sales maximization either by building goodwill or lowering the prices, because once the customers are in good faith with your firm, then automatically that firm is going to earn good profit in future. For example, you can take the example of China. China has another strategy that it sells its product at lower prices. Chinese product, though they are not quite successful, the products are not quite faithful. They get damaged very quickly. So uh, but the factor is that they are being sold at lower prices. The people purchase them, so they are focusing on creating more and more customer by lowering the prices lower than the other same product in the market. Another thing is that by building goodwill is another kind of activity to increase the customers, is that by bringing good product into the market, gaining the faith of the customers, and keeping them for the long time. So that is also another method of creating customers and then gaining the profit. The main motive of a business is to earn profit, and these are the ways how you can create more and more profit by creating more and more customers. Next is innovation. A business you have started, it started succeeding, but it will not succeed for a long time if you will not innovate new things into your product. Suppose the risk factor in business is quite high. It can be like, if suppose there is technology change occurs, it can be for your benefit, it can be for your loss also. Suppose the changes in technology has occurred in your favor, then you will be gaining out of that. But the technology change is not in your favor, it is complete, it has made your technology completely obsolete, so you are going to face a loss out of that. So innovation is quite necessary, and every organization has a big department, big number of people who are working in innovating their products, bringing in more and more good things into their products. You can yourself see earlier education was in open schools, then it become the high building schools, then you are starting now getting online classes. So the things are being innovated, means new things are being brought up into their services, and then only you can gain more profit in the future. Optimum utilization of resources, that is very important. Optimum utilization means you're reducing the cost, and you're increasing the profit. As you know, you by look at this equation, profit equal to sales minus cost. So more will be the profit if lower is the cost, because whatever, suppose the sale is of 10 rupees and your cost is of 5 rupees, your profit will be 5 rupees. But if you somehow manage to decrease the cost by optimally utilizing your resources, not wasting them, and your sales were of 10 rupees and your cost was of only 2 rupees, now your profit has increased automatically to 8 rupees. So business uses resources to produce things. So business tries to reduce their cost of production, because lower the cost, more will be the profit. Next comes the responsibilities towards societies. Though the main funda of doing business is to earn profit, but they have some business ethics also. They have some responsibility towards society also. So what are these responsibility of a business firm towards society? Let's discuss them in quite detail. Responsibility towards society. Though business houses has no mandatory codes of conduct so far, yet they have to fulfill certain business ethics. This is because every business is carried out with the help of resources, and these resources are provided to them through society or people around them. So they have to fulfill certain responsibility towards society. Next, fair trade practices means fair trade practices will be carried out fairly. Trade, if the trade is carried out fairly, people will gain faith on your product and they will purchase them in future also. Ultimately, you are going to gain without cheating any customer. If you are selling your product, you are going to gain goodwill out of that. Next comes the good quality product. If you are selling creating customers, so if you are selling good product and creating customers, and good quality product is of durable quality, then ultimately your customer will be happy and you will come back to purchase your product in future also. Otherwise, who will come back again after using the product for first time? Next comes the generation of employment. When your business will grow, you will hire more and more number of employees. So in this way, you will generate more employment in the society. It is your duty to generate employment also. Welfare of employees. Every organization should maintain employment welfare fund for employees also. They should compensate them, or they should pay them for that also, to increase their welfare. Next is the welfare of society. Business will not harm society by not creating any pollution, being open about their product, what is added into their product to manufacture the product. It should be open, it should be written on the product itself, what are the ingredient of the product, and do not carry out any harmful practices in the society. Even give good after sales services also. That business will be considered as a good business. In fact, this will help you in business profit also. Production of environment means your method of production should be environment friendly, not creating any kind of pollution. So these were all the society based ethics a business should follow. Now comes the very important factor, that is the business risk. As you know, the risk factor is highest in the business and moderate in profession and lowest in the employment. Let's discuss about the business risk in detail. Greater the risk, greater will be the reward. This is a famous saying. And risk, possibility of inadequate profit. Inadequate means loss in profit more than normal. Means you can have loss also and you can have profit also. More than normal is always there in business. Profit or loss. So possibility of inadequate profit or loss due to uncertainties or events like flood, market condition, because these are not in your hand. Yet you can minimize it by um, cannot completely remove it. You can just minimize them, you cannot remove them completely. You can get insurance, but that will be compensation only after the loss. That will not minimize your risk of market changes, etc. You cannot predict what will be in fashion or trend. Companies like Samsung, Nokia also face such risk. They have also faced downfall. Now, risk is of two types: speculative risk and pure risk. What is speculative risk and what is pure risk? Change in trend. It may be in your favor or may not be in your favor. So it is not completely can be said that the change in trade will be in your favor, or can be in your favor also, or cannot be in your favor. Pure means either loss or no loss, means there is either loss or there is no loss. There is no possibility of gain. Suppose if it is loss, then there is no possibility of gain, or if it is no loss, then there is no loss. Suppose fire occurs in factory, then it is sure loss will occur, and if there is no fire, then it is 100% sure that it is no loss. Means your risk factor is pure. The loss by fire is a risk, kind of a pure risk. No possibility of gain either of loss or no loss. Nature of risk: highly unproductive, essential part of business, depend on degree of business, small business, medium and large scale. So risk is highly unproductive. Causes of risk: natural calamities like earthquake, flood, no control over them. Economic, like Nokia was completely down by the company Samsung, and Nokia did not even realize when its market came down. Means competitors, government policy, etc., change in technology or fashion are such causes of risk, which can lead to the downfall of any business. Human causes: carelessness of employees, etc. Suppose they leave the any chemicals open in the factory, and then fire set in the factory, or any other loss happens in the factory, or they leave any machine open and that led to the death of any employee. That kind of risk are there in the business. Other factors include, it includes political disturbances, changes in countries, political environment, etc. So there are four kind of risk in any business: natural calamities, economic risk, and human causes, and others. I hope you would have understood what I have told you about the business, trade, and commerce. Thank you.